of all time for Halloween is The Crow. Now, we all know what The Crow is. Crow's about a guitarist called Eric Draven who gets killed on Devil's Night. Now, in the very first movie, starring Brandon Lee, he gets attacked by this gang who have been coming round to his apartment and stuff because he's reported them for like I don't know what happened, but yeah, him and his girlfriend get killed on that fateful night. He gets thrown out of a window, and she basically gets killed by one of the gang members. And it's not after some time later that the crow, the bird, brings him back to life. So the bird seeks out Eric Draven, finds him. The bird gives him this power to stop the people that hurt him. So he tracks down T-Bird, um, you know, Fun Boy, and all the other members of that gang because he wants to try and get revenge on what actually happened. So Eric Draven, the guitarist, um, finds his old apartment, goes back to that, and it's not until we actually hear the first track from this movie called Burn. And you don't actually see Brandon Lee in the mirror first, but you see his face um, appearing when he puts on the makeup. So the crow takes him to the places he needs to be. So in a couple of the other scenes from The Crow, he's getting all these flashbacks to when him and Sarah and Shelley were hanging out together. So the visions he's getting is what he's remembering back then. And he bumps into Sarah, but Sarah doesn't recognise him at first. So she's like, basically, um, something's triggered the visions and stuff, and he's starting to remember the people that were closer to him. He's remembering Shelley, he's remembering Sarah, and Sarah doesn't notice this mysterious guy with the leather jacket on. And it's not until he says, "Can't rain all the time." Well, that triggers Sarah's memory to what Eric Draven was singing on one of his albums with the rock band. And she turns around and says, "Eric," but he's not there. And she says, "I knew it was you after all these years. I recognised the voice. I recognised, the title of that actual song, and I knew you was the guy behind the face paint." So he is going round, Draven, because obviously he wants to get, payback, for all those people that hurt him, since he got thrown out the window. And he gets arrested, but the problem is he doesn't get arrested because of the police officer was trying to arrest him, but he said and I say, I'm not here, but I move, like that. And Officer Albert, the officer, says, "Freeze, freeze, freeze." And he sits down, has a chat with the police officer, and then disappears into thin air and vanishes and stuff. So the only way Eric Draven can get killed is if the baddies shoot him. So yeah, in the actual scene, which we do happen to see in the apartment with Funboy and Eric Draven, there is a real bullet actually that killed him on set. Because the other bullets were blanks and stuff, but the real one actually killed him on set while he was filming The Crow. So, after all these years, people, are still, don't know how he got killed and stuff. But I've got some films to prove that he did do some great work, filming The Crow, filming Showdown in Little Tokyo, and all those great movies. And it leads up to some great battles in this entire movie. So, The Crow, is it worth getting? Yes, because it's probably one of the best films that Brandon Lee has worked on. There is a comic book, you can go and check that out. There's also the entire movie from back then in 1993, but the DVD release came out in 94. There's so many scenes, there's so many sections, and you can kind of go through this, these scenes, which go to scene 1 to scene 15. You've got the actual movie on here. You've got all the special features on the second disc. There's a interview with Brandon Lee, which was his very last interview that he did before he died. And yeah, a great movie to definitely pick up for this channel, Chriswiiu2013. Again, if you are a new subscriber but haven't checked out any of my weekly content, any of my unboxings, please be sure to check out the videos I upload from time to time. A lot of the stuff is going back over my Blu-ray collection, my DVDs, and plenty of other stuff. So again, I'm signing out right now, and I'll speak to you again next time in the next video. Bye.